Hi, this is Dhruv from Fonearena.com, and this is a review of the new 2013 edition of the Nexus 7. In its second iteration, the Nexus 7 manufactured by Asus is sharper, faster, and just a bit more expensive, and we're about to find out if it still packs the same value and punch that made the original perhaps the best Android tablet on the market. Let's talk about the design first. The new Nexus 7 has been designed by Google and Asus with a focus on familiarity, and you'll generally find only subtle tweaks. The dimensions come in at 200 by 114 by 8.7 millimeters, which makes it slightly taller but both slimmer and narrower than the original. Even the weight has dropped down to 290 grams, which definitely makes it very handy for long-term use. The tablet is all black all around, and the quality of materials used is very good. Over at the front, you'll spot a 7-inch display with very narrow bezels on the sides. Measuring just 2.75mm on either side, the tablet really seems geared towards landscape usage. Above the display is a 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera. There are no capacitive buttons here, and all interactions are done via the on-screen controls. The bezels at the top and the bottom of the tablet are particularly wide and could do with some slimming down in the next iteration. The 16:10 aspect ratio of the display further accentuates the fairly odd-looking proportions of the Nexus 7, wherein it appears just a bit too long when held in portrait mode. Over on the right side of the tablet is the power key and the volume rocker below it. We felt that the buttons were a bit too hard to press given the slim profile of the tablet and the way the buttons wrap around the edge. Along the bottom and the top edge are vents for the stereo speakers. A micro USB slim port connector is placed here between the speaker vents. The headphone jack is along the top edge of the tablet. Moving over to the back of the tablet, you'll find a very interesting matte finish on the plastic material. While not as grippy as the rubberized material on the previous generation device or even the BlackBerry Playbook, the material feels premium and doesn't attract many fingerprints, and this is something that we can always appreciate. Towards the top left corner lies the 5 megapixel camera. There is no LED flash here. The Nexus logo is placed vertically along the center of the back of the tablet. Below it, placed horizontally, lies the Asus logo. The display of the tablet is its highlight. The LCD IPS panel with a resolution of 1920 by 1200 corresponds to a pixel density of 323 ppi. Text appears amazingly crisp and the color accuracy is very good. We found the display to have excellent viewing angles, and it is bright enough to hold up quite well even outdoors. The excellent display on the tablet could be considered a good enough reason to upgrade from the previous version of the Nexus 7. In terms of software, the tablet being a Nexus class device runs absolutely stock Android. It is one of the few devices out there which is on Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. The tablet-only multi-user capabilities have seen a significant overhaul, and it is now possible to add passwords and lock applications on a per-account basis. The other big improvement is added support for new Bluetooth profiles, which includes Bluetooth Smart, LE, and AVR-CP 1.3. The new Bluetooth profiles will let the device communicate with wearables like smartwatches and offer much improved battery life on either end when using the new profile. The updated AVR-CP profile will allow for improved remote control functions. A few other improvements worth mentioning are Wi-Fi scan-only mode that will help improve location information without having to connect to the network. You can also now grant specific permissions to applications. OpenGL ES 3.0 is also baked in, which should mean that we'll see better games come to the platform sooner rather than later. Moving on to performance. The silicon under the hood is a 1.5 GHz quad-core Snapdragon APQ 8064 processor with an Adreno 320 GPU. The built-in RAM is 2 GB. Despite having a processor that is a generation behind the current leader, that is the Snapdragon 600, we found performance to be absolutely brilliant. The tablet remains slick and smooth no matter what we threw at it. You can see the benchmark scores here. Google and Asus have improved audio playback through both the speakers as well as the headphones. The use of a stereo set of speakers not only increases volume but also offers great stereo separation. The usual issue of lacking bass in audio from the speakers, however, still applies. In our standard testing, the tablet could easily play back the standard audio codecs, that is MP3, AAC and FLAC, without any issue. In terms of video playback, the tablet played back AVI, MP4 and MKV files in up to 1080p mode. Suffice it to say that the Nexus 7 will not disappoint if you're planning to use it for viewing multimedia content. We also tested out a range of games on the tablet and the Nexus 7 played them back flawlessly. Riptide in particular looked absolutely gorgeous with great textures and an incredible level of details in the water and player models. You can check out some of the games on the Nexus 7 right here. The camera unit at the rear of the tablet is a 5 megapixel module, but there is no LED flash. The Nexus 7 also has a front-facing 1.2 megapixel camera. Android 4.3 brings with it a brand new camera application that has an enhanced interface. The interface has a 3-button layout with the shutter button placed in the center, and it is flanked by a camera mode toggle and front and rear camera toggle on either side. The mode toggle allows you to adjust exposure, white balance, scene modes, timer, and picture size. The settings on offer are limited compared to the custom camera apps on competing devices. Images are generally crisp, and the camera is quick to get a focus lock with fast shot-to-shot times. Images tend to have a lot of noise in anything other than brightly lit conditions. The limited dynamic range and the lack of HDR mode means that there are essentially no details captured in shadow regions. Contrast levels too are tuned down a bit and the images appear natural if not slightly dull. The rear camera is also capable of capturing full HD video and does a good job at retaining a focus lock. Video is recorded at 30 frames per second. That said, the quality is fairly poor with the amount of details captured quite low. Audio capture is decent and the tablet is able to cut out background noise. Connectivity options on the Nexus 7 range from Wi-Fi 802.11a, B, G and N to NFC, GPS and Bluetooth 4.0. Google also plans to ship variants of the Nexus 7 with built-in LTE connectivity. The tablet also supports wireless charging using the Qi standard. Built-in storage is 16 or 32 GB depending on the model. A little over 25 GB is available at launch on the 32 GB version. And the tablet still doesn't support microSD based card expansion. The battery capacity has gone down from 4325 mAh to 3950 mAh on the new model, and this does have an impact on usage times. Compared to the competition, and for that matter even the model that it replaces, the new Nexus 7 simply doesn't last as long. In our video rundown test, we got a little over 7 hours of usage time, while the previous model managed to last well over 9 hours. Despite being a bit more expensive than the previous generation, the new Nexus 7 retains its crown of being the best Android tablet out there at the moment. It offers amazing value for money and packs one of the best tablet displays out there. If you enjoyed our video, please do hit the like button. Do leave your comments in the section below and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.